out where the desert meets the sky, where the Arizona sun burns high. Two hearts walking through the dust and sand, and in Todd with a mission in hand. No easy road, no promise of rain, just miles of searching through the heat and pain. Every step says a name out loud, a family waiting, a hopeful crowd. Through the valleys and the open land, they keep searching, they keep standing, 'cause every life is worth the fight. Every missing soul deserves a life. This is Voices for the Missing. Hear the call. Standing together, we won't let her fall. Boots on the ground beneath the Arizona sun, searching for Nancy until the job is done. With American hearts and a spirit that's strong, we carry the hope and we carry on across this nation. We lift our voice in love and faith. We make the choice, bring Nancy home. That's the dream we share, a promise of hope that says we care. Desert wind may test their strength, the miles may stretch and the days grow long. The courage is found in those who stand when they answer the call and lend a hand. Neighbors and strangers side by side, united by hope, not divided by pride. Because behind every missing face, there's a family praying for that embrace. Somewhere beyond the dust and sky, someone is waiting, asking why. So we search, we pray, we never quit, 'cause giving up is not who we are. From small town roads to the stars above, we stand together with endless love. A nation of people, a promise we keep. For every lost soul, we're searching deep. This is Voices for the Missing. Hear us now, with hope in our hearts and a promise we vow. Boots on the ground in the Arizona heat, searching every trail, every road, every street. And in Todd, keep walking ahead, following hope where the path is led. And all of us watching, we stand as one until Nancy's home and the search is done. God bless the families who wait and pray. God bless those who search every day. America stands with a voice that is true. We won't stop believing until we find you. Bring Nancy home.
Hello, hello. Thank y'all for joining in. Hope you liked the intro. So how's everybody doing tonight? Voices for the missing. I need to change that date.
Oh yeah, change your date board. Just a few things we got to set up here real quick, guys. We're doing the late night discussion here, guys, so thanks for all tuning in and being here with us.
Sis. Thank you, sis.
Just a few
Appreciate
things.
it. Yeah, we loved it too. We heard that and we were like, oh my gosh. So, yeah. I hope everybody is doing all right. So, what I wanted to discuss tonight is...
Hey.
Hey.
What's going on, Herma?
Hello.
What's up, Brad? What's up, Jay Wade? What's up, Fried? Hey, what's up, guys? I ain't wearing my hat tonight. You guys get to see my bald head, so.
Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Yeah, Kathy, go ahead. Make fun of me.
She never makes fun of you.
Hey, Connie. What's up?
Hey.
Hey, LaDon. Eldon.
Welcome in, guys.
Gee.
Welcome in.
What's up? What's up, guys? Kathy.
I know. Todd. So anyway, we are going to take calls tonight. I just wanted to, it has been bugging me to pieces. I have been getting email after email after email. Hey, from Gettysburg,
Pennsylvania.
Kathleen.
Oh,
welcome. Good
Gettysburg address.
evening, Phobic. Our mods in the house.
Kathleen from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Whoops, wrong one.
Phobic Diamonds in the house. What's up, man?
I kind of wanted to discuss about all the emails I've been getting claiming that Nancy Guthrie had a second life. So I did a lot of research on it. She did not have a secret life. There's no evidence of her having a secret life.
It's clickbait.
It's clickbait. So for all of you who have been emailing me about it being a sure thing, it's not a sure thing.
Yeah, it's all
not,
clickbait.
It didn't happen. She didn't have a secret life in Santa Fe. She didn't have a secret rendezvous or a secret whatever with Victor. So that is all, yeah, that's all been debunked. So, another thing I wanted to discuss with everybody is, and this has been bugging me as well, is about the
Hello, everybody.
About
just quickly say hello to everybody coming in. We've got some new people coming in, so I'm just saying hi.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I wanted to discuss about the sheriff and the way he's handled the crime scene from day one. So according to him, he had said that he locked everything down, yet there was no yellow tape around the crime scene. So that has been bugging me. I don't know if I might have had a dream about it. I don't know, but I woke up with those thoughts. I was like, I just don't get this at all. So the point is that he didn't have the yellow tape up, the caution tape saying it's a crime scene. The fact that, what was it, 3 days later he gave the house back to the family and said that they got enough evidence and fingerprints and all that other stuff to run it to the labs and whatever, this and that and all this other crap.
Show them the video. It's better.
So I gotta show you this video. It's just it just bugs me to no end how the way he handled this whole case. He also said the FBI and his department were all connected to at the hip, and they were doing whatever the FBI said, that they were working as a team. But yet, with the whole searching party, he turns everybody down. He tells them all to go home. We don't need you. Okay, so we're gonna show you this video, and you guys can make your own whatever. And yes, I'm sorry, Herma. You know what? My mind is so... I'm just so, like, upset with this whole... It's just been bugging me since I woke up. And I had to say something because I just don't understand.
She's been talking to me all night. She's like, I gotta get on, I gotta show everybody this. I gotta show everybody this.
Because it's like, you know, I don't know if... I had to have had a dream about it or something, because I woke up and that's all I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was like, how could he do that? How could he release the crime scene after 3 days? It just doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense at all to me.
So we had to rewind ourselves a little bit to go find this video.
Thank you for the star, Flicker.
Yeah, Flicker.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Much appreciated.
Well, anyway, so we were talking, and then we had to go do some searching to find this video. Well, this is from day 3. So you got to rewind back to day 3 on this, okay, guys? From the day it's actually, when this actually happened. So we're back on day 3 now. So Anne's going to show you this video, I guess, and it's been on her mind ever since she found it. So
yeah, it has. Oh, thank you for the gold coin, Connie.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Much appreciated. So yeah, we're just really, I'm just like, ooh, all day today I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to even, like, I have to get this out. Even if y'all heard it 20 million times, but I have to express it again because it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. So how do we do this? So we're going to play this video. I don't know how
Okay,
to
so
do
what
it.
we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and play this video, guys. So we'll go ahead and swap it over here. Alrighty.
We're now on day 3 in the Search for Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy. Authorities are urging the public to share any tips they have to help find the 84-year-old and gave more details about their investigation today.
Click on it.
We gathered all the evidence we could to include looking for what? Fingerprints, DNA, camera images, everything you can imagine, and we gathered that out. Those things have been submitted forward to labs, to technological companies to help us, and that's, we're like you, we're waiting for those returns to come back. We're following all leads we have. That's all I can tell you. We've got hundreds of leads.
Disturbing exclusive new video shows what appears to be a trail of blood leading to the front door of Nancy Guthrie's home. You can also see where a missing doorbell camera has been mounted near the entrance. The scene getting even more concerning after reports of a possible ransom note demanding money for Nancy's return. Joining us now, NewsNation national security contributor Tracy Walder and former CIA officer and FBI special agent and Joshua Sherards, I apologize, a former police captain and SWAT commander. Tracy, first I just want to point out that the fact that we are watching this video of this home that is a crime scene, there is no caution tape, there is no sheriff parked outside to keep the integrity of the crime scene. The Pima County Sheriff's Department is known for a history of corruption, incompetence, fraud, allegations of money laundering. So can we trust that the Pima County Sheriff's Department is doing everything they can to make sure they're keeping the integrity of the investigation intact?
Well, thank you so much for having me, Katie. In short, no, I do think that this is far too early to be releasing a crime scene, especially a crime of this nature. I mean, you now have Border Patrol, BORTAC involved, obviously making the radius larger. My concern, they may have released the crime scene simply because it doesn't hold any more evidence that they feel that they can gain from it. But I still think, given the nature of the case and the fact that she has not yet been found, I think it is very important to maintain the integrity of that crime scene. And I am very surprised that people are that much able to get that close to the door. That is very surprising to me that there is no security around that home.
Yeah, I agree. Joshua, what do you make of the reports of this possible ransom note? And does that mean that the FBI would be involved if this is something that involves a payment across state lines or even internationally?
You know, the FBI is probably going to be involved from square one, no matter what. Obviously, this is a high-profile missing person, possible abduction. FBI has a lot of resources and assets that Pima County doesn't have, so they're going to offer help right from the get-go. Now, the question is whether this, supposed ransom note is legitimate. They're going to be getting hundreds, if not thousands, of phone calls and leads concerning possible direction, possible sightings and tips. And there's no doubt that some of those are going to be fraudulent. And so, my belief is that they're really going to have to dive in to make sure that this ransom note is legitimate. Unfortunately, there are people out there that are going to try to capitalize on anyone's tragedy, including this one. So, there's definitely going to need to be some investigation and due diligence done before anybody gives any kind of merit to this ransom note.
Tracy, the authorities are avoiding details about the evidence that they've collected. That is to be expected. This part of Tucson, the homes are in neighborhoods, but they're spread out. This happened in the middle of the night. It would be difficult for someone to maybe see this. I believe it's a dark sky city, so there aren't a lot of street lights for people to see maybe what has happened. There's a lack of witnesses. We keep hearing that they need more leads. They're trying to get the media to put out the phone number for the Pima County Sheriff's Department. Do they have a lack of evidence? Do they have some evidence? Do they obviously need more? It seems like they've hit somewhat of a dead end if we get on day 3 here.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Kitty. I think part of the issue is in this day and age, I think we expect there to be just this copious amount of digital evidence, particularly evidence from Ring cameras and those kinds of things, because homes are close together or they're near businesses or those kinds of things. And when you look at this area as a whole, most of these homes, as you mentioned, are on an acre plus. And I said this from the get-go, that things like Ring doorbell cameras may not be as fruitful as we think in an investigation like this, because if they're situated at the front door, you've got quite a ways to view the street, and you may not be seeing cars that are coming in and coming out. Also, this is not a gated neighborhood, and so you really don't have monitored entrance and egress. And so really, it could be anyone's game, and I think they are probably having a hard time getting that digital forensic evidence, which we really rely on in cases like this.
Yeah, Joshua, time is always of the essence in these situations. We were reporting that Nancy was taken without her life-saving medicine, that she needed that. It was left at the house. Now we have this horrific footage of blood outside of the front door. How is this, this investigation changing as time goes on, if at all?
It's very interesting on the information, or really the lack of information that we're getting from Pima County and from law enforcement in general. Normally, by this time in the investigation, law enforcement would be offering any piece of evidence, no matter how small, in order to try to get those tips to be fruitful, whether it's what she was last seen wearing or what she's known to be wearing, places she's known to go, or cars that she may be involved with. But there's not a lot of evidence that's been forthcoming, which tells me one of a few things, and that's that they may know more than they're releasing, and they may understand that this dynamic is a little bit more complicated than they're letting on. So I'm not really sure if they're looking as diligently as they could be because they know more information, a possible suspect or the actual possible whereabouts. But and unfortunately, as time ticks by, those leads and those pathways start to close. So hopefully we'll get some more information from Pima County in the near future about her whereabouts or any kind of evidence or any kind of possible evidence or possible sightings that people can go off of.
Tracy, Tucson is an hour away from Mexico. It's very easy in the middle of the night to drive south. Border Patrol has now sent a new special operations group to help with this search. Does that indicate to you that there could have been a crossover of the southern border into Mexico at this point?
I think they have no choice but to examine that if they are still looking. And, to Joshua's point, they have been a bit cagey with the information they are giving out. And in a missing persons case, you want to give as much identifiable information as possible. Even small snippets of any video evidence that you have is helpful. The fact that they have expanded this out, I think at this point, if they have not located her, they don't have a choice, because as you mentioned, it is just about a 60 mile drive or so, about an hour. So I do think them deploying this group out there is the responsible thing to do. But the one thing they also do specialize in is hostage rescue as well. So in case they need them to go in, if they do locate her, I think that's another reason why they're there.
All right, well, we'll be continuing to watch this and hope that she is returned soon. I know that Savannah.
Okay, so as y'all can see, that this happened from the very beginning. It's gone from the very beginning. Ridiculous. It just irritates me to no end. So what are your thoughts, guys? I am just really curious. Y'all can call in with your thoughts if you'd like.
Yeah,
numbers on the screen.
This was all messed up from day 2, day 3.
I want to thank Flicker Faye for becoming a member. Thank you so much. Welcome to Voice.
Welcome to the club.
Thank you so much. Everybody who sent gifts, thank you. Much appreciated. So, yeah, I just really want to hear from y'all. Find out what y'all think about what we just saw. I think it's a bunch of, you know what. Exactly. When does Nanos get investigated?
Right?
Exactly. He's the one who should be in the hot seat right now.
I wonder if any of the hostage negotiators are involved with the ransom note writers. I didn't even think of that. That's a great idea.
Yeah, he did screw up his very first interview. Yeah, very true. So, yeah, I'm just like mind blown right now.
Doesn't it seem weird that none of the NBC or ABC or CBS, none of them are getting the ransom notes? The only people who are getting it is
yeah, why
TMZ?
is that, guys? Why is TMZ the only ones getting why are they the only ones receiving these ransom notes? That's what I'd like to know too. I'd really like to know that.
Just seems kind of weird.
It does. I don't understand it. Maybe y'all have.
But that's what makes the credibility of the whole ransom note, not true.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Because there's, I mean, maybe has TMZ been around longer than any of the other big news stations? Or did they get started in the 90s or late 90s?
TMZ?
Yeah, they used to be the pop. They were the paparazzi.
Yeah.
For Hollywood, for the celebrities.
Families should be in my opinion, families should be reinvestigated. Y'all know my thoughts. Time for bed. for me. Thanks for being here and keeping Nancy alive. Good night, Melissa. Thank you. Have a good night. Phobic Diamond says, I don't trust TMZ or Harvey. Flicker, I do believe there was a kidnapping and the ransoms are fake. Unfortunately, it was a homicide cover-up. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Flicker. I really am. I believe it was a cover-up. But it's like, so I was watching a video from Nanos and he said that, didn't he say something about brain fart? Hold on. Oh my god. This is how frazzled I am. I am so frazzled about this whole thing. I can't even think straight because I have so much going on in my head right now. I can't even
know what you were
think
thinking.
about what I was going to say.
I'm not your brain. I don't know what you're thinking.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. I drew a blank. Oh.
We started talking about this TMZ thing, and this doesn't make any sense. Why they would send that information to TMZ? But you know, I did a little. They had a short video of a phone number that was backwards on the piece of paper, right? Which is really hard to see. Well, anyway, I ended up pausing that video to get the number, right? And put it in the mirror to translate it to where you could actually read it the right way. That's the district attorney's office that sent that info to him. Of Pima County. That phone number they had on that piece of paper was the district's attorney's office of Pima County.
So could that...
In fact, I still have that image, I think, on my phone. And I took it and put it up against a mirror, and I found out what the phone number was.
Ooh, show it. Could it be...
Let me see if I can... I don't know if I can take a picture of it in the you might be able to take your camera, and you can take a photo of it as well, in the mirror. Let me see if I can find it real quick here, guys. Give me a sec.
No, Flicker, I did not find your painting.
Her painting.
Yeah, she made that painting of Nancy, the one that I...
Oh, yeah.
It was beautiful, beautiful painting.
Yes, it was.
Just beautiful. Did you try... Oh. You know what we're going to do? We need to go to the banner again. Maybe it's at the banner. I'm trying to think. Absolutely. Yeah, I think maybe we'll go to the banner one night or one day and towards the evening time so it's not so hot. I called Pima County and they said family has it. Oh. I painted a new one. It's at the banner. Perfect. We'll go over there and check that out. Maybe we'll go there tomorrow. We might go over there tomorrow and check out the banner.
Yeah, we need to do some rounds because
and do a live at the banner, and then maybe put a few more names. Whoever is interested in putting their name on the banner, we can do that as well.
Friday morning, I have an idea that I want to run by you of going to the cemetery.
We can do that early in the morning
on Friday, because we have to go into the main office to find out and navigate to the plot of Charles Guthrie.
Kat says, I feel like the ransom notes would go to the legit authorities in Tucson. I don't understand. Exactly. You would think. Yeah, you would think,
I
but
thought I took a picture of it. And it said
that's
that
why we think it's, we think that they're not real. Just somebody out to try to make a buck. Because you're asking for one Bitcoin, which was what, $66,000?
That don't make any sense at all.
Why would you only want that much money for, to give out the information? That just doesn't make sense.
What sense does that make? That
That's
doesn't make any
chump
sense.
change, I mean, like, why would you even, that doesn't
I would
make
turn
sense.
myself in and get the $1 million. Or
No,
I would turn myself in, but I would turn in, well, you know what I'm saying?
You would turn the perp in.
Yeah, I would turn the perp in.
Yeah, exactly, for the $1 million. Why would you request only $66,000? That makes absolutely no sense. He might be, and that's why the lights were on in the house so early in the morning. I mean, that could very well be. Phobic says TMZ only cares about ratings. Yeah, exactly. They should have sent the notes to the FBI and not publicized it.
No,
I think they make things for ratings. Yeah, 100%. I agree. 100%.
I also took a picture of what the two first ransom notes were. If you guys didn't know about that, but I guess the first one was demanding $1 million. They didn't get that, so the second ransom note came out, and then that's when they said that we're sorry and blah blah blah, and now we only want, what was that? Oh, is that your speaker?
Do I need it?
No.
Okay.
But it was, the second ransom note was dealing with, now we want 1 Bitcoin. So forget odds on all that. Almost, to me, it sounds like a scam. A huge scam. And just the way they talk, like buried in nature, just doesn't sound like something an American would say just about somebody. Oh, we buried them in nature.
Yeah, buried in nature can mean a million different things, I mean, seriously.
Okay, so here's what I got for the ransom notes. The first ransom note was the demand, which basically was sent immediately after the kidnapping. This note demanded millions of dollars to be paid via cryptocurrency to a Bitcoin wallet ID, establishing hard deadlines for February 5th and February 9th. And then the note 2, which the second ransom note was, was the apology sent on February 6th. The tone drastically shifted. The sender claimed that Nancy had already died shortly after being taken and was buried with nature. So they knew this back on February 6th, but they didn't say anything at all to anybody.
Why not? Why wouldn't they tell the public?
So back on February 6th of this year, they knew 6 days after she was abducted. Yeah, that word. After they knew that she was gone and taken from her house. Yeah. When they knew that she was gone and taken from her house, 6 days later, they made this apology and said she was dead. And she was buried with nature. So it was basically an apology for her death and demanded 1 Bitcoin simply to reveal the location of her body. Why? Why did it take 5 months for us to know this information, guys? What are they hiding from everybody?
Exactly. Connie, thank you for the flower. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know.
That's what's frustrating, because now I have no trust. I have no trust in our law enforcement here at all.
So I have not had trust in our law enforcement, Pima County Sheriff Department. I have not had any trust in them since this case began, from day one. Because the way that they handled everything was just, to me, and everybody else, I'm sure, totally wrong. They mishandled everything.
Well, it shows what the law enforcement can do here. They can't even do a crime right and seal it off, and investigate it properly. But yet the family wants help, and then they've got the help that wants to go find her, and then they want to arrest them and charge them with felonies.
Yeah.
What? 5 months later, they do this.
Yeah.
That's what's scary. Very scary. We live in a city that's full of corruption.
Corruption. Nothing but corruption.
Everybody covering each other. Good boy program is what it sounds like.
Yeah, phobic. I don't know the latest word on getting petition signed. I have no idea.
I haven't heard anything about it. We need to follow that up
anything.
with 857 because I know he was on scene with one of the guys in town that was getting the petition signed. So we need to follow that up with 857.
Yeah.
See what he's got going on with it.
Yeah.
I sure like to know.
Cameron has empty eyes. I agree with you. I mean, did you see him when the three of them were sitting on the couch? I mean, he was just like this.
Cameron is the son of Nancy.
So it was like,
Kathy.
yeah. Kathy. Cameron is Nancy's son, yeah. Have you seen the interview of him and the way he is just so like dead inside? He looks dead inside.
I haven't heard a word out of his mouth other than that one time.
But let's please make just do initials, not so much full names, please.
Yeah.
When you're talking about somebody, just initials only, please. That's all I ask. Thank you.
Yeah, we just don't know who comes in here and monitors stuff.
Yeah, so we just want to be like, safe on that. Just initials.
But
Flicker says, I think in my opinion Cameron had a PTSD episode and called some army buddies to stage a kidnapping. That is very good. That's a very good.
Harold, yes, we have actually thought of that. I know JLR is covering the Charlie Kirk, Tyler Robinson case right now. That would be something that you could cover too while you're at home.
Yeah.
You can pop in the morning. I know they start court at around 9 o'clock Utah time, so that would be 8 o'clock our time. If you can just get in here and just restream it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be something that you could, you can have remarks and have people calling in and remarking as well during recess time.
Yeah.
Today was day 2. There was a lot of stuff about DNA today.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff about DNA. They had that forensic lady up there on the stand today. They were talking to her about all the forensic stuff and the DNA. So there's just a lot of information. Lots and lots.
One theory on Reddit is the person who hired the hit cut ties with the perps once she accidentally passed. Then the perps are using notes to TMZ to try to threaten the boss so they get paid. That's a good one too. I still think it's A&T cover-up. I agree with you on that one.
I have a small theory.
Okay.
I have a small
Shoot.
theory, guys. Okay, has anybody investigated just Savannah herself? Have they looked into Savannah's life? Like, who she was married to before she was married to the guy she's married to now? Does that make any sense? Like, she's been married twice, right?
Oh, Connie, thank you so much for becoming a member. Much appreciated.
Savannah's been married twice, okay? And her first marriage didn't go very well. I guess she described that marriage as being the most terrifying, horrible relationship she's ever been in. Okay? Well, he's a British journalist. Or he was, or he could be still. Just my thinking. Take a look and see what you think about him. You guys can Google it. I'm not going to put out the name, but you guys can Google the marriage and when she was married to him and when she was divorced by him. And he's a journalist. She's a journalist. So I wonder if he's jealous about her success as a journalist. And if you may, I mean, just my kind of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
If it was terrible, why wouldn't he want to hurt her if he was jealous? You know what I'm saying? So, just my thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And I put his picture next to the perp's picture, and there's a lot of resemblance.
Think so?
Oh yeah, I let's see if you can go onto Google real quick and search it real quick,
All right, hold on, guys.
and then we just share it out. Just give us 1 second here.
Okay.
Type in here.
1 second, guys. Ooh, I kind of see that. Just 1 second, where Todd wants to show y'all something.
I don't know if I can actually. I don't know if I can show this or not. Yeah, I'm just going to use the initials flicker fade, but you can actually, whoa, jeez. Wow, wow, that's nice. Very nice of whoever that was. That was Connie? Connie sent five gifted memberships.
Oh, thank you, Connie.
That was very nice of you, Connie.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
I'm trying to see if I can share.
That's amazing. Thank you.
This. Let me see if I can share this with you guys. Give me 1 second so I can set this up.
That is awesome.
There we go. Can you guys see that?
Oh. Hold on. Yeah, they can see it.
Hold on. There we go. Okay, so look at this picture here, guys. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit better for you. Can you zoom in on that? Just hit Control plus.
Where's my plus?
No. What is this crap here? How do you get rid of this?
Just that. Put it down. And then exit. X that.
Can you guys see that? I don't know if...
Looks like him, Brad says.
So there, I made it a little bit bigger. So you guys let me know what you think. If I need to move it up, let me know. There. Here, I'm moving
Take
it up.
that video off of there. So firm no for me, Flickr says.
That's a no for you? Okay. Just if you okay, so all right, just 1 second here then. Let's see, does he have a well, you can't really tell with this picture here. I was trying to go with that picture there. I'm trying to see if you can make all right, there we go. Now, does that guy have a scar on his lip there at all? On this picture?
Flickr says he's hot. Oh my god, that's funny. Oh, you make me laugh.
That's
You
him
are
without
freaking-
that's him without glasses and without a mustache and beard. Okay. She's like, rawr.
Oh my god, you're too funny.
Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to do him with Savannah. Can you type in with her name? No. Put his name back in there, and with I want to have him together with her. If they ever had pictures with them together. Here. Okay, so this is them when they. This is a picture of them when they were married.
He's not porch guy, he's too cute.
Yeah.
I love it. You are so funny.
Um,
Oh god. Crack me up. Oh my gosh, you're hilarious.
See, if you guys read a little bit about this, you can see what led to Savannah Guthrie's horrible divorce from this guy. And there's a whole bunch that had to deal with Monica Lewinsky.
Ah. Pretty interesting. But I don't see him being porch guy. Because he doesn't fit the bill. In my opinion, he doesn't fit the bill. Just saying.
Yeah, you read this right here? Right there,
Yeah.
where I highlighted.
Mm-hmm. But
It's a divorce she never wanted to talk about. And that was on the Monica
Savannah noted
Lewinsky.
that her divorce is the only thing she has never wanted to talk about. Can you believe that? Savannah clarified the topic.
There's a lot of, I don't know, guys.
Yeah, so it's just a little, it was horrible and sad, and it broke my heart, and it took me years to recover, and I'm not blaming anyone, but I don't really want to get into it.
Then it goes into some other celebrity crap, you know what I mean? All there. And then, of course, then it goes into her being married to the guy she's married to now.
Right. So, anyway, yeah, that's that.
See, it says after her ugly divorce.
Mm-hmm.
She had an ugly divorce with that guy. And then she married this guy in October 2008, the guy that she's with now.
But I don't know if that, I don't know.
I don't know if it's just him. You know, he's a British journalist, you know.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know, guys. But you seriously think that that could be a possibility?
I don't know if they've gone down that avenue yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hello, Acer. Welcome. Glad you can join in. He's English, not stupid.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Well,
Brad. And then the Clintons testify. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I personally, you guys already know who I think it is. I do believe money was the motive. And I do believe A&T were somehow involved.
well,
So,
I think that's the combined majority of everybody's thinking right now is that they are involved, A&T. But did they hire somebody to do it for them? Or did they know somebody that could do it for them, such as, hey, I wonder if this kid will do it for me.
well, if they
Or I
can't
wonder
even,
if these kids can do
if
it
they
for me.
can't even pay their property taxes, how are they going to hire anybody?
We'll
they-
just ask for 1 Bitcoin.
And hope for a payout.
Yeah.
So Captain Obvious says, don't stop at Michael, keep looking. Keep going, look deeper at him. Look who he is and what he has done since the late 90s. Once you see, you can't unsee. Hello, Catbur. All these streamers are missing the obvious. Is it on purpose? So we might need to look a little deeper into them. I think SG has always wanted to be America's sweetheart and is telling MK and CN to sweep it under the rug. Try to move on. I forgot. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, for him to be on the Monica Lewinsky, or for her to be on the Monica Lewinsky podcast, doesn't that seem a little weird? For her to talk about her divorce on the Monica Lewinsky podcast? Maybe we need to pull that up and watch that podcast. I wonder if we can find that podcast and listen to it
Yeah.
and see just exactly what she said about that guy. I mean, there's got to be something tied to something that made them want to do this.
Look at the timeline. Hear me out. Clintons wouldn't testify publicly until Nancy went missing. Deep dive. SG has been known Clinton fixer. His company also in the Epi files. Once she disappeared, Clintons agreed to open testify. Husband has been Clinton fixer since the 90s. Holy moly. Wow.
So are we talking about the one she's married to now, or are we talking about the guy we were talking about?
I think they're talking about the one.
We're talking about the guy that
Yeah,
the MO guy.
Yeah, MO guy.
I'm wondering if he is indeed the ringleader of it, of some sort. Because if he, I mean, she was in a, according to what that said, she was in a very horrible divorce. I mean, a very ugly, horrible divorce.
So the current husband is C's right-hand man.
Ah.
Yeah. If we can use initials, that would be wonderful, please, guys. Initials only, please, please. Yeah, so they're saying the current husband is the C's right-hand man.
And where does he live? What state does he live in?
Since the 90s.
Since the 90s. So since I mean, once
Yeah.
Clinton was in office. And
Hello, enjoying everyday life now. Welcome in. The eyes are different. D. Smith says the eyes are different.
well, I don't know if there's a current picture of what he looks like now or not.
I don't know.
Those pictures look like they were kind of older pictures of him, but you don't know. He may have had a cornflake on his lip for a while, and
I don't even. I can't even.
he might have had a cornflake on his lip for a while, and then it fell off. Who knows?
I don't know.
And now it's all healed. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? So Brad's saying he is an American public relations and communications consultant and a former Democratic political advisor.
Once you get into the CIA side of the trail stops. Interesting. Not a coincidence. There's no further evidence. There are no coincidences.
Yeah. It's just a very crazy case. I mean,
There's so many twists and
at
turns
this point,
to this
I mean,
case.
at this point, is it even worth? I mean, is it even worth searching for? I mean, is it like a? Are we going to be able to find her in Tucson? Are we even sure she's in Tucson? I mean, she could have
We
been
don't
taken
have any
somewhere.
answers.
Like, she could have been taken to Kentucky, where she was born. Wasn't she
don't-
born in Kentucky?
We don't have any answers, and I'm not giving up the search.
I know, but
I will not give up the search until she's found. I will, I have hurt myself and whatever, and I'm not complaining that I hurt myself searching or whatever, but this is how committed I am to finding her. We need her to be found. My leg is doing much better, but now I have something else going on with it, a nasty rash or whatever is going on, and it burns. I don't know what's going on with it, but so that's what's going on with me right now and searching wise. I think the next search, I think Friday, we're going to plan early Friday morning. We're going to go to the cemetery and find out some information. And then in the afternoon, we both have a meeting with MMO.
yeah, you guys, are we gonna stream that, or is she gonna She's gonna stream it. Is she gonna stream it?
I don't know.
Or she just want to talk privately?
I think it's just a private chat between us, and she's going to tell me some more information on the remote stuff. So we'll get more information, and then we'll come up with another search plan, hopefully for Saturday morning. We're hoping to get out there and search again Saturday morning. It's going to be harder for me for the next 3 weeks to do a lot of searching because of work. It's my busy time, so I don't know if I'm going to be out searching multiple times a week. It might only be once or twice a week, depending on, how my schedule is going to be going. But, we're hoping for this Saturday. We're going to video. We're going to just record the whole cemetery thing once we find out some more information on Friday morning. And then we'll post it. Yeah. So, Yeah, she could be anywhere. It's just, I'm trying. I'm trying to, figure stuff out and figure out different places or whatnot. So yeah, I mean, it's just not easy to search when you have, you want to get out there early in the morning, but then you also have work. Work pays the bills. I can't be missing work to go search all the time. It's just not something I can do personally. I can't do that. So, and it's hot, so I have to get out there at like 5-6 o'clock in the morning.
We do areas that we want to search, but there's tips that come in that we go and we check.
Yeah, and we try to go off of tips. People have tips. They send them into my email, and then we go and do the searching. So the next 3 weeks, it's going to be like 1 to 2 searches a week. That's all I'm going to be able to do. But
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, and then, so we'll hopefully get out there early Saturday morning.
And then I see these other streamers. One of them just keeps getting in trouble or something. I don't get it, man.
So enjoying everyday life says they say if she is in nature with Arizona weather, she is mama. Yeah. There's not going to be anything but bare minimum of stuff. If we find anything, she's not going to be very much of anything, unfortunately. But you may not even notice her now. Yeah, exactly. It's super sad, but I salute you guys for searching, but ask yourself why, NG. In my opinion, they don't want her found. Yeah, well, yeah, that's a sad truth, but I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop until we find her and then find answers, because she deserves that. She does. She deserves that. And so, we're just going to keep trucking on. Aura Valley and North Trico Road, that's where the 2 young girls were buried. Well, I mean, we could definitely check those places out, and if anybody else has other places that they are interested in us searching, go ahead and send that over to my email.
Herman, check your email.
I will definitely do that. And we'll check it out. Let me check the email real quick.
No, I don't think there hasn't been any Mexican update, any Mexico updates.
Mm-mm. Point taken, Herma. Thank you. I will definitely take that into consideration.
Yeah, that's the thing. Flickr is like, if she's on private property, we're never gonna find her. You have to know somebody that has a permit to get on those areas. There's even those trails we've been on. You need to have a permit to get down into some of those areas. You know, those hiking trails. You have to have permits. And it takes like 2 to 3 days to get it approved just so you can go out there and hike it. So it's like, what a pain in the rear end.
So, Captain Obvious, please, no. I don't know. Just be careful about what y'all say. Is all I'm saying. Please. Where are the 4 places with the names? Nature, parks, or landmarks? Okay. I've had just about enough. I've had just about enough. Ay, ay, ay.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
I'm just getting very annoyed right now.
Just check your email. Just leave it alone.
I did. I'm just over, just too much. Too much. Somebody needed to be to stop.
Really?
Yeah, really. Have you not been seeing everything he's been saying? It's really annoying me.
Well, don't read him. Just move on. Read your email.
Well, that's why I put him in a little bit of timeout, like a little kid. I had to because I just driving me nuts.
It's okay. Just keep.
So now we're good to go, right, guys? We're good.
Just move on.
Herma says thank you. Oh my gosh, he was just driving me absolutely nuts. So anyway, moving on. So whoever wants to call in, please call in. Please, 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 please. Oh, Lord have mercy. Here we go. Jeez Louise, I am so over people coming in here and bugging. But anyway, so please, anybody want to call in, please call in. Please, 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 please.
It doesn't matter, dude. You just don't. That's why you're not supposed. Just don't read it, dude. Don't read the stuff. It just.
Well, that's why I need to dismiss them because, I like to read the chat and, wild theories from that guy. Exactly. I was just getting so tired
Just
of
trying to get you
dealing.
wound up when you're in the middle of doing your show.
I was just tired of dealing with, all of that craziness. I don't need it. I really don't need it, And we, right now, are the mods because our mods are here right now. So that's why we're taking care of them. But anyway.
Jeez.
Yeah, so he was taking over the chat, and that's why I did what I did, because I was done with it. I was like, let other people say what they need to say. You can't do that when you have people constantly, spamming my chat.
If he has that much to say, he could call in and talk to us.
Yeah, please. If you guys want, please call in and chat with us. That would be great. Because I know they won't do it because they're them, but it's okay. He's in every chat. He's obsessed with politics. I definitely agree with that. So anyway, please call in if you'd like. I don't know if y'all heard our intro song, but we are going to play it when we exit as well, in case you missed it. We'll play it again on our departure, so that way y'all can hear it. Oh my gosh. So anyway.
Connecting.
Please don't tell me this is that guy.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, Irma, how you doing? This is Todd from Voices for the Missing.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, what's up? What's going on?
Thank you. I'm glad you read my email.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I did. I mean, I eventually there was another one that said wrong answer or something, and I just hit him from the channel. I'm like, get him out of here. I don't want anything.
Oh my
to do
God,
with him.
he's on everybody's, and he just goes on and on and on and on and on.
It's so annoying.
It's annoying.
It is. It's annoying, and that's why I was like, I gotta get his butt out of here. I'm just so over it.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to stir you up while you're trying to do your show.
And our mods aren't even
Yeah.
on right now, so that's why, it was like, I gotta take care of this because it's driving everybody nuts. Oh, Jump sent 5 Voices for the Missing gift memberships. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you very much.
So very much. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so go ahead. What's on your mind tonight?
So I sent you that email where I had said I had to take a break
Uh-huh.
and just kind of clear my head. And I got to thinking, I think it's a good idea to go back to the beginning
Mm-hmm.
of everything and just watch, most of the trusted streamers, and just kind of go back and watch what happened, because I really think differently now.
Okay.
Because I can't say it's A&T, mainly because they were kind of thrown under the bus from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because there was one time that he said T was the one that dropped her off. And then he went back and then he doubled back and he said it was a family member.
Mm-hmm.
So he changed his answer. Then it was just, well, you know how he just fumbles with all his words and goes in a circle, goes in a circle, goes in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see A&T as being too much of a part of it, I guess. I just had to really just clear my head and get everybody's theories out of my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to thinking about it, and I was just kind of like, they were thrown under the bus right at the beginning, and then somebody said, well, 90% of the time it's family members, and then blah, 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 it's somebody they know.
Right.
So you have to really consider that, clearing them, yeah, who clears them, and then how extensive was their interrogation? We don't know because nobody talks about it.
Right. Right.
Who else did they investigate that was close to knowing what Nancy's schedule was? We don't know that either.
Right.
So it's kind of hard for me to, say who, because it gets on my conscience to think about, making accusations when I don't know the whole story. Everybody says it's for money. Well, they ain't going to get any money because there's the 5-year and there's a 7-year plan. The 5-year plan is they can't sell the house. They can't do anything with that house. There is and I don't have my notes near me. Otherwise, I have to go in the other room and grab them, and I don't feel like it.
Right, I know that.
But there is like a 5-year plan. And one of the things in that 5-year thing says that family members can't really do anything unless they have diligently have done a search. We haven't seen them search, so that's first strike against them getting, being able to sell that property, the house, that kind of stuff. Second thing is that they have to prove that they searched. They can't do that. And then there's the idea of the only way that a death can be, that they can get a death certificate is to, because they can't really use this because it's not determined whether it's kidnapping and disappearance or the other.
Right.
And the only way they can do it is if it was like a catastrophic thing, say a boat accident. Something catastrophic has had to have happened that they can say, we know that she was there, this happened to her, and now we need the death certificate. So then they can take over, get the house and everything under probate. Second thing is the 7-year thing has to do with Social Security. They will not determine somebody because of the kind of the same rules as that Arizona thing, the 5-year thing. Right. And also, if they can prove that she was the M-word, there has to be a suspect. So somebody has to be in custody and they're on trial, and then they get convicted. Then they can get that death certificate. So they can't get that. They can ask for like a I can't think of what it's called, like a presumption thing where they can take over her or look after, I don't want to say take over, but look after her finances. They can look over, take care of her house and that kind of stuff and her bank and account and stuff like that. But just from what I know about Social Security, so my husband passed in September, and he had gotten his pension and his Social Security check. I was not able to touch any of that because it depends on what date those came in. You can't touch them because that will get sent back to Social Security. It doesn't become, that goes into the bank account. That will sit there until there's a death certificate. And then, but even then, as long as that Social Security check and the pension didn't come in, it had to have come in or the death had to have been more like in the middle, depending on if you're on that date of birth thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But all of that Social Security money that goes into that account, that pension, that goes back to where it came from, and then you put that pension into the probate, and then once the probate goes through, the pension is paid out to the spouse or the children. If the spouse is both the husband and wife are dead. Oops, sorry. Then the kids get that pension. So it goes all back into wherever it came from. So you can't, you have to understand how everything works. So they really can't do anything with that property unless they've done those things. They got to start. They literally have to be out there searching. I called somebody from a lawyer's office, and I asked questions, and I just said, I just kind of want to know, and because I live in Arizona too, so but I live in northeastern Arizona, close to the Four Corners. So anyway, but they said the family has to be actively searching. They cannot sit and say, yeah, we're searching, when they are not. They have to be part of that search party. So they cannot declare her gone unless they have actively searched. It cannot be put off on somebody else to do this. And then my other thing about the whole searching thing is, I had seen a statement that SG put out that says that they are still searching. When and where? Because we haven't seen them.
Yeah, we're the ones searching.
Yeah, you would think they would actually have media out there watching them,
So how long do they have to be physically searching for her in order to declare her?
So it just depends on how the judge, because once they go through probate, everything goes through a judge. You have to have a lawyer. It's go through, a judge, and the judge will make that determination. Did you search long enough? Where did you search? Who was with you when you searched? And is it documented?
Gotcha.
So everything has to be documented, and it's kind of sort of like I'm a medical assistant and a dental assistant. So everything we do in those places, we have to document everything. Everything has to be written down. And so basically that's how they would have to do. They would have to have everything documented. How long did you search? How many months did you search? Where and with who?
Hey, give us 1 second here. We're smelling something burning in the house. Just 1 second.
Oh no.
Yeah, give us 1 second. We'll be right back. What up, guys? Everybody on the stream, we're smelling something that smells like it's burning. We'll be right back.
No, everything's fine.
Fine?
Everything's fine.
Come over here where I was. It smells like burning. Sure. You coming from that vent, isn't it?
Nothing's
Nothing
burning.
electrical or anything?
Nope, we're
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Oh, you scared me when
You sure?
you said that.
Didn't come from outside, did it? And through your vents?
That's what I'm wondering. Smell anything in there? No. Okay. I guess it's nothing to be worried about. Okay, go ahead.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, she left a pot of beans on. Yeah. Yeah. Sunflower said somebody she left a pot of beans on the stove or something. It just smelled like something was burning, but I guess not. You weren't burning anything, were you?
No.
Okay, just making sure you weren't burning anything.
Huh?
Okay.
No, nothing's burning. We're good.
Okay.
Is she really in here just chilling with you?
Yeah, it might be girlfriend. Maybe she patooted or something. I don't
Oh,
know. She's your girlfriend. I don't know.
that's gross. Okay.
Flaming cat.
Yeah, we're talking about the cat and right behind him probably patooted and oh, who knows?
Geez.
Oh, I
So
don't know.
anyway,
Sorry.
So you can actually Google search, when I searched it, I said, how long before, somebody can be declared gone. And it came up with like an Arizona thingy. And it kind of explains everything. And so when I talked to this lawyer person, and he was just kind of like, well, because he was like, why are you? And I said, I'm just asking. I just want to know. And so then I told him why, and he says, oh. He goes, yeah, they haven't searched. So he gets on some of the streams, and he's like, they haven't searched. And that's going to be a big minus on their site. They have to be out there searching. They cannot be doing it from, New York and wherever TNA are. They can't be doing it from sitting behind and watching everybody else do it. They have to be out there with people because it has to be proven. So they, sorry to say, but that counts against them. Other than that, I think going back, I think there's something we're missing. I don't know. There's just something missing that we're not seeing, because it's got to be right in front of everybody's nose, and we're just not seeing it. There's too many theories. There's too many accusations. There's too many questions, and there's not enough answers that can really, really back up what anybody has said, which is just drunken eyes. I cannot stand any time that his picture's up. I can't look at him. I have to stick out. I cannot look at that man. There's just something.
Yeah, I agree.
He's got a face of just somebody who can stand in front of people and lie. And that takes me back to when he was on the podium, and he said he was, I can't read from a script or blah, blah. And then you look at the two FBI agents standing behind him, and I believe one of the FBI agents is the one that was on your thingy. And you look at their face, they're looking at him like, shut your mouth, shut it, shut. If you go back to when he was on the podium and you look at the two people behind him, they're looking at him like, shut up. Literally, shut up. So something there. And why would the family get him to read anything? Why didn't they have their own POI? Or PIO, whatever that is. Why didn't they have that person? Why didn't they have their own spokesperson? A family spoke, a family spoke. Why did they use him? See, there's just, to me, there's just too many questions, too many theories, too many, and there's just too much. There's just something, you know, we all know there's something fishy going on. Everybody knows it, but it's just going back to the beginning and just watching everything. That includes the mainstream media. In seeing how they portrayed the whole thing, and then going to the streamers and how they saw it, you know, live, what was going on live, because there's just two different views. One is just, you know, a 5-minute, 3-minute segment on mainstream media, and then there's hours and hours of the streamers. So you got to kind of, you know, and I was the one that was the very first person that had talked to 857, and he just kind of threw me off to the side, and then Lauren went out there, and oh my God, everybody talked about Lauren. But I was the one that called, well, I didn't call 857, I had him call me because I couldn't get a hold of him, and I was like, the night that Alex got arrested, my friend works in that neighborhood, and she had driven by that Thursday night, and that was when the lights were on. And so he put it out there, and he was like, oh yeah, well, you know, and he just kind of discounted me. And then Laura went out there, and she was like, yep, somebody was there, the lights were on. And then you guys went out there, and I don't remember if you saw lights or if it was pitch black, whatever. But, you know, my friend still drives by there, and she says every once in a while, it's not every night, but every once in a while, there.
Did we lose you?
I think we lost.
We lost her.
Like, I just worked out, I worked down the street.
What was that?
And had to give the address, and she did, and then the next day they were there and asking questions, and the person, you know, was like, yeah, you know, the company was like, yeah, she works for us. And then ever since then, she just kind of doesn't even, she goes completely a different way, because she doesn't want to be, she's already been warned if you say anything more, you could lose your
Time
job.
to be charged up
So
like a
she
Bolts
goes
fan.
a totally different way. But just the whole thing is just a big, huge mess, and I can't stand looking at that man. And well, you know,
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I don't like looking at him either. And listening to him talk just irks me the wrong way.
There's only a few things we can go off, and that's the timeline, which is messed up already. Okay?
Yeah, that timeline, because he said he was there, what, Saturday night?
Yeah. Okay, so there's like 3 or 4 things we can go off of, like the timeline, the porch guy. So what is it? Timeline, the porch guy, the ransom note, the ransom notes, and the sheriff is saying he's doing something, but he's not.
Yeah, and the blood splatter.
Yeah, I mean,
about the blood splatter, you know, my husband was on blood thinners, and I'm telling you, if he just got the tiniest, littlest cut, he would bleed. And if he was standing in one spot and he kind of would, you know, flick, his blood would splatter like that until,
yeah.
You know, that's just first-hand knowledge, because he would just kind of look, I'd be like, where are you bleeding from? And he would just be standing there, and we'd have to look and hide and search, and it would be like on his elbow, on his forearm. on his back of his hand. You never knew where, we had to like really look because of the, depending on what blood thinner she was on. Because there are, there's 3 or 4. I know they don't use, a lot of times they don't use the Coumadin anymore, or the other one, I can't think of what it is. Nowadays they use Pradaxa and Eliquis because those are the 2 that are the best when you have a pacemaker, and he had a pacemaker. So, and you just, if he flicked, blood went everywhere.
Yeah.
So, and it would get on me too, and I'd be like, well, don't flick, because you just got it all over me too. Oh, wipe.
Right.
So, that, he could even just barely rub his arm on the bed and wake up and there'd be blood everywhere because, he was on Pradaxa.
Mm-hmm.
And he bled a lot.
Right.
And then also thinking about those blood thinners, a person can survive without blood thinners for at least 3 or 4 days, because if they have to have a surgical procedure, they have to stop taking whatever blood thinner they're on for at least 3 days before surgery.
Right.
So we don't know what kind of heart medication she was on. So, and there's a lot. There's amiodarone, there's just a ton, because my husband took a lot of, he had AFib, so he took a lot of heart medication. But they would make him stop those too if he had a procedure, and he had a lot of procedures, so they made him stop taking those too. So you can survive about 3 or 4 days without those things. But the minute you wake up, they start pumping them back into you because they don't need you to.
Right.
To blow a clot somewhere, and then it travels to your brain, and you have a stroke, or it goes into your lungs, and you die from a clot in the lung. You die from a clot in the brain too. So, there's a lot of things that people are just throwing out there, and then all these people, oh, I'm a nurse, they should know this stuff. But, I've had the first-hand thing with the pacemaker, with the blood, and he also had the Apple Watch. And he also had a bedside thing. So the Apple Watch does not transmit unless they have a specific, they go in 6 months with that. But with that bedside monitor, if he was having AFib, which I always knew when he was because I could tell, we would just push a button and it would automatically send a transmission right away, and then his cardiologist would call us and ask us what was going on. But it did read it every night about 2 o'clock. It would send the day's transmissions over to them, and they could look and they could, monitor him there. His battery was a 10-year battery, but because he had AFib, it kind of lessened that battery down to, I think it was 5 years by the time he passed. And when he passed away, I still had to call the cardiologist to say, hey, he passed away, just to make sure they knew, so that they could kind of disconnect from the monitor so that it wasn't sending any, other transmissions and stuff like that. So there was a lot that I had to do when he passed, because he passed away here at home. So it was a lot to do. I had to shut down his Apple Watch. I had to, call in to have that bedside monitor disconnected. I had to unplug it and everything. So there's a lot to do. There's a lot involved in when somebody has heart condition. We don't know what she had. We don't know what kind of pacemaker she had because there's 4 kinds.
Yeah.
We don't know if, because it did happen to my husband, I had to call EMS at one time, and they accidentally pulled on his, where the battery pack is, which has 2 wires that went into his heart. They accidentally pulled on that, and it did puncture a hole in his heart, and he was coughing up blood. So we don't know if they, when if she was getting carried out, if they pulled on that and that punctured a hole, because those 2 wires that go into the heart, they have little pointy things on the end, and those, when they get put into the heart muscle, they get stuck in there, and you have to be really careful with them. So, it was awful. I have pictures of when he was bleeding on the inside from just a tiny puncture in his heart. I have pictures of what it does to the body, and you'd be amazed. I mean, I just about died when I saw that. So, but that's all I had to say, just because nobody else was calling.
Well, here's the thing: is that if they wanted us to know that kind of information, they would have already told us, like what kind of a pacemaker she had,
right?
What app connects to it. If they wanted us to find her, they would have told us this already. I think the family would have told us this. The sheriff would have been all over and asked those questions. But
yeah, and so when I did call, I did ask questions. I did, because I'm able to still talk to his cardiologist. So you guys were thinking about going out with the metal detector. So the metal detector will, if you come across her battery, which is probably dead by now, because if, say, she had the defibrillator one and it keeps trying to defibrillate, it's the battery life is going to kind of dwindle down to nothing really fast because it's trying to get that heart going. Mm-hmm. So it's an internal defibrillator. But the battery, because it is metal, you will be able to use a metal detector. Yeah. And possibly,
That'll be good. Because we have one.
We have one. It's only picking up on bolts and nuts and coins.
But hey, we'll take it anyway.
It should pick up a battery. I mean, it's metal. So.
Yeah, it's a metal thing. And, those hold a lot of magnetic things, because when they go in to have their pacemaker, they put a little magnet on it, and if they're not in sync, if that person has that pacemaker, if they're not in sync, they put on this little thing over the pacemaker, and along to that also that metal detector will pick up on the pacemaker, on the battery, not on it won't pick up on the wires, but it will on that battery, because it's metal.
Gotcha. Good to know.
Okay,
that's good to know, because we were told that the pacemaker would not be traceable through a metal detector. It wouldn't pick anything up. So that was good to know that.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah, but if you have any more questions, you have my number. I think I emailed it to you. If you want me to ask his cardiologist or anybody emails you guys, hey, ask, about the pacemaker, I can ask him, because,
I'd like to know who her doctor was.
That's the other thing is, he said, how do they know that she had a spike?
Yeah.
Because that's all under HIPAA. And it's still under HIPAA.
Oh.
Her family, unless she has a specific family member that is able to ask questions, or they're able to, because they should, unless, they had that one of those family members and they told them, then they could, but still all of her information is still covered under that HIPAA law. They cannot, they can't really give out any information. That was one thing I did ask him, and he said no. He goes, you could, because you were his caregiver, and he signed, that, not a power of attorney, but, somebody who could talk to them about any problems he had. So there has to be somebody specific. So he says, how do they know, and why did they put that out there? Because that's all covered under HIPAA law. They can't really go out and say, hey, she had a spike, because, and how do they know?
Right.
Unless you have, unless, it'd have to be a pretty big spike, is what he told me. He said it had to have been a really big spike. But they wouldn't even give that information out to the sheriff unless they have, a search warrant to ask.
Right.
So they wouldn't even give that out to them.
Wow.
So we don't know if she really did have a spike, and I've never heard him say that. I think that was just kind of somebody talking a little too much, because he's an electrophysiologist, so he said somebody would have had to push that, something. If she didn't have her Apple Watch on and she wasn't and if she didn't have that bedside, there's no way to see if she had a spike. She'd have to have that watch on close enough to her, and
Didn't they say they found an Apple Watch underneath the bed? Remember they said they went back in and they found the Apple Watch on the ground next to the bed. And this was like 4 or 5 months afterwards.
Yeah. So see, that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's.
We don't, because at first they said it was on the kitchen counter.
All right. So how did it get underneath the bed?
Well, at the beginning they said it was on the kitchen counter.
That's weird.
That is weird.
And then now it's under the bed.
Yeah, now do they have a cat? Does she have a cat in the house that just picked it up and drug it up underneath the bed?
I don't think so.
A dog or something?
No, her dog had passed.
Yeah, so, and the other thing, too, is I had mentioned to the cardiologist, they said they were looking with a sniffer thing, and he said, well, how far of a distance did they go? And I said, around her house. And then he says, normally if they're going to do a sniffer of any kind, they would go on a grid. That means they would have to have gone through all of the mountains. They would have had to have gone through her neighborhood, through all of Tucson.
Yeah.
Not just over her house.
Yeah.
So, and that's when he said, that's why I'm saying a metal detector will pick up that pacemaker, is because they're actually using kind of the same technology to kind of get into that pacemaker. If you think about it, you really have to think about it, because it kind of didn't register in my brain until he said that sniffer is actually looking for a signal, and it's looking for something. And then he says, but it also has a kind of like a metal detector
ability.
ability.
It's good to know that it will pick up from the metal detector. So when we go out there searching on Saturday, we'll go ahead and bring that. And so that way we can scan the area where we're going to be searching. So
Yeah,
that might be a very good tool.
Yeah, and so, and if she still has her wedding ring on,
Yeah,
it's
that's
gonna pick
another
up on
thing.
that too.
Like, I'm hoping that maybe she has some jewelry on, you know, like a necklace or a ring or whatever, you know, something. Earrings maybe, you know.
Yeah, but if I was you guys, I would kind of, because we don't know what state the body's in, right?
Right.
So, if I were you, I would kind of research what each pacemaker, the battery looks like, because that's what you're looking for, is that battery.
Okay.
Because they don't all look the same. They all come from a different company. They all look different.
Let me write this down so that way I can research it later.
Well, if we could just figure out who the doctor was, whoever her doctor was. You know?
Yeah.
Well, you can search physiology, you know, cardiophysiologist in Tucson.
Okay.
And there's probably a lot.
Oh, I'm sure there's a, yeah, there's a.
So, because if you just search cardiologist, you know, they refer you to a cardiophysiologist that does the pacemaker and deals with all that electrical stuff in the heart. So you would somebody.
It's probably somebody from the, you know, like the TMC or something like that. You know?
Pacemaker, well.
And the other thing too is why would they say, yeah, we called all the hospitals? Because if she was taken out of her house by an ambulance, what does an ambulance do? They go to the nearest hospital. You know what the nearest hospital is? Is Northwest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the Northwestern, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lived in Tucson. I have kids that live in Tucson, but we lived in Tucson for almost 40 years. So, you know, they would take her to the nearest hospital.
Right.
They wouldn't go to Banner. They wouldn't go to TMC. They wouldn't go to the new Northwest, which is what out there on Houghton.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't go, you know, 5 miles. They would go to the nearest one, and that Northwest is about, what, 3-4 miles?
Yeah, it's right up the road from, yeah.
Yeah. So they would go there.
Right.
Yeah, it's, you know, I just had to really think about all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you call all the hospitals, you know? And why didn't they call all of the ambulances, like AMR, I think they're called, AMR?
Yeah, AMR.
Then there's a couple of other ambulance things, but that AMR ambulance is the big corporation. They're the ones that show up right away.
Yeah.
Yep.
So why didn't they call any of the ambulance companies as well?
Right.
So a lot of questions.
Even if there was an ambulance there to get her, wouldn't have somebody noticed the ambulance being outside of her house?
Right.
Or a fire truck or something?
Well, I'm sure somebody would have.
Well, you know, normally you think about it when you call 911, who's going to show up first? EMTs and the fire department show up first.
Yeah.
Right.
And they don't come in quiet. They come in blaring.
They come in
And then
blaring.
they do their thing.
Coming in.
Yeah. They do their thing, and then they call the ambulance, and then the ambulance is the one that, you know, takes the patient in.
Yep.
But I know they're not allowed to do they can do lights, but they can't do sirens in residential.
Not, yeah. But I mean, you would have heard a big fire engine, you know.
But yeah, the noise of the fire engine itself, you would have heard.
Somebody would have heard it.
Even the ambulance, because they're loud
pretty loud.
too.
Well, they still, I know in Tucson, they still show up with their lights on, even though they don't have their siren on.
Right.
They would still, how come nobody saw the lights, and why didn't they, you know, why is it not caught on anybody's
Ring camera. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, say there's a lot of, you know, if I would have come home and something, you know, my husband wasn't here, and another thing is, I would, you know, I would have searched the house and I would have walked the property. How long does that take? Take me a little bit because we live on, well, I now live by myself, but I have a very large yard. But I would have searched everywhere.
Right.
Too, but, you know, so that timeline does kind of make me question too. Well, if they got called at 11, were they at home together or was somebody out and doing something? And then what time did they really get there to Nancy's house?
Yeah.
You have to kind of subtract that time from everything because everybody's like, well, they called them at 11. That doesn't mean they showed up at 11. That means they showed up because
I think they said they called around, it was closer to noon, because I think the timeline showed that the Pima County Sheriff came at like 12:14 or something.
yeah. So that timeline is all messed up.
Yeah, it is.
You know.
What time did her? Okay, so what I want to know is what time did her church start?
I think it started at 9, didn't it? I think it started at 9, or yeah, I think it was 9 is when her service
Okay,
started.
so she was taken at what 2 something in the morning.
Mhm.
So from that until 9 o'clock. I mean that's a long time for somebody to take somebody.
It's 12 hours. That's like 12 hours.
Well, even from 2 o'clock in the morning or 2:30 or whatever time it was until the sun came up, which at that time of the year it didn't come up until after what 7:30ish. So they had a lot of time to do what they had to do, you know.
Yeah, it's hard for me to do time because everybody says, well, Arizona, they don't change the time. Where I live, we do. I'm an hour ahead of you guys.
Mhm. Oh, so it's late.
So when winter's around, 8 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning, it's still dark here.
Yeah.
And then the sun don't come up until like 8:30 or something like that. So it's hard for me to think about
Well,
how dark it is.
I know winter time, the sun comes up about 7:30ish. In the summertime, it comes up at like 5 in the morning. And then,
Yeah.
so.
So, but anyway, that was everything I was kind of really had to think about everything that there was and how timeline and then pacemaker and medication and blood and, you know, just I really had to think about things and go back and just kind of like say, hey, and then when you guys were talking about the using the metal detector, that's when I thought, you know what, I'm going to call. I'm going to ask his cardiologist and see. And
Yeah.
so I hope that helps. I hope that helps you guys.
Absolutely. And we definitely appreciate the call, and you're welcome to call anytime we're on, and you have something to say. We're always open to hearing anybody, you know, hear what you have to say. You have a lot of good information.
It's always good to hear from other people, you know, just to put our thoughts together and just, you know, it's good notes for us, you know.
Yeah.
So it kind of opens up your mind and lets you think a little bit more about stuff, but you know, this is just,
but I think the implication kind of came from Nana's that the family at first was involved. That's where I think everybody kind of got hung up, was because he said they came, but really who? Because he said Tomasa dropped her off, but then he changed it to a family member.
Mhm.
So you really have to go back and look at that.
Yeah.
So who dropped her off?
Yeah, I mean, when they said T dropped her off, I'm thinking, why didn't A go with him?
Right.
That was another thing that confused me, because if you know, we're dropping our mom off, you know, I'm gonna go with. You know, I'm not gonna just say, hey, drop her off, and I'll see you later. I couldn't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you know, my culture, because I'm a Navajo, and I have all boys, so I don't have to worry about it. But
Mhm.
if I had any daughters and their husband said to me, oh, I'll drop you off, in my culture, we're not even allowed to sit in the front seat with them. We have to get in the back seat.
Right.
But you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to touch. You know, my kids are all married. They are not allowed to touch their brothers' wives, because it's just wrong. You know, so if anything, if I had a daughter, she would have drove me home, not my son-in-law, because that's just, in my culture, that just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, to me, maybe obviously their family dynamics are way different than ours are, but, you know, I would definitely be going with. It wouldn't be like a solo thing, you know?
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
way. I mean.
Yeah, and like you said, you know, if I had a daughter and her husband said, hey, I'll take you home, she would have said, she would have said, I have to go with.
Yeah.
Just because of the whole, you just don't touch.
Right. Right.
You know, you just don't touch. And if you ever came up here and you saw how Navajos are, they just, everybody, no man looks at another man's wife.
Right.
The wife doesn't look at another man. You know, you see a lot of us just looking down at the ground because we don't look at each other, because you don't know. There's just a lot of reasons why we don't look at each other.
Right. Right.
You know, a woman and a woman will look at each other. A man and a man will look at each other, but a man will not look at another man's wife.
Yeah.
Another wife would not look at another man. You just do not have that eye contact.
Right.
So,
yeah.
but I agree, you know. I don't know. My boys don't touch their mother-in-laws at all. They don't hug them. They don't stand next to them and put their arms around them. They just know. You don't touch another. I don't care who it is. You just don't touch.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, totally get it.
But anyway, all right. Well, I just wanted to call in and kind of.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the information.
Yes, absolutely, and we look forward to talking to you again.
Yeah, well, you have my email, I think. You have my email. You have my phone number on one of them.
Yeah.
If somebody in the chat has questions that I need to ask the cardiologist guy, let me know, and then I can call and ask, and then I'll let you know and stuff like that, because he's pretty good at getting. I can text him right if I had to. I could text him right now, and he'll text me back or call me right away.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
Yeah.
That's a good connection.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah. Sounds like it. That's awesome. All
Yeah,
right. Well,
but-
thank you so much. And take care. Have a good night. Get some rest.
Yeah.
Oh, I will. I have a little fur baby I got to take out at 5 o'clock in the morning in the pitch black.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, get some rest.
All right, you guys have a good night.
All right,
Okay,
thank you. You as well.
God bless you.
All right.
And thank you.
Take care.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
All right, bye.
So, Phobic has a really good point here.
Mm-hmm.
While they were okay with her taking an Uber to get there. Yeah. So, like I was saying,
Oh, yeah.
their family dynamics are
Yeah, that's just some
are not good apparently, because I mean, if you're gonna have you live, say, okay, so they live like 4.5 miles away from each other. So Nancy and then, or sorry, N and then A and T.
It's like 4 miles round trip.
No.
No?
No.
Okay, 8
It's
miles round trip.
4.5 mile journey from one house to the other.
10-mile round trip.
Why would you order an Uber for your mother who is 84 years old? Why would you trust an Uber to pick her up from her home and take her to their house, which is 4.5 miles away? Why not hop in the car, the two of you hop in the car, go get your mom, and then bring her back?
Well, here's the thing: is do they do that all the time, or was it just that time? See what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know if they do that all the time. And this time it was just, oh my God, what happened?
I don't know, but I think it's weird. To me, it's weird. Why would you have an Uber come and pick up your mom? They should have both got in the car, picked her up from her house, drove back to their house, did their little game night party / whatever get together, and then
Sound like a
both
good
of
night
them,
birthday party sort of type of deal.
both of them should have gotten back into the car with their mom and took her home.
Yeah.
And went inside, made sure everything was good with her, made sure because this is exactly what I would be doing. I would be going inside, helping her in the door, making sure everything was good to go, made sure she was, getting ready for whatever her routine was, and, and then made sure all the windows and doors were locked, because I do that with my parents now. I go over there and I always make sure all the windows and doors are locked before I leave. That is what I do. When I drop my mom off from shopping spree, she's in her 80s as well, I will walk her to the door, even though I know my dad's waiting for her. I always walk her right up to the door and make sure that my dad, then we do the handoff and say goodbye and everything. So, I mean, and
your parents are about the same age as what
yeah,
Nancy's, right? Yeah,
they are. They're about the same age as Nancy. So, I wouldn't do it any other way. I mean, even if I'm in a hurry, and I try not to be in a hurry. I always leave a little earlier than I should, just so we're not late getting anywhere. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I really do try. Aldi, I'm in Window Rock. I think they're talking about the Navajo.
No.
So yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss. I just don't know. But I think what she said was really, it was a really good, sorry guys, it was a really good conversation that we had. I liked it.
Yeah, so
yeah, I think
it's, what is it, it's going on about
11:30. We got to get into bed. We got stuff to do. He's got to go to work. I got stuff to do tomorrow morning. So we're going to call it a night. We're going to hopefully get something going on Friday. And then Saturday we're going to plan a search 5 o'clock in the morning before it gets super duper hot.
And then we can go by the cemetery.
We'll do that Friday. Friday we'll do the cemetery
When
things.
do you want to do that? After or before?
Before our meeting. We'll do
Okay.
that before our meeting. So anyway, we're gonna play our exit song for you in case you didn't hear it on the entrance. Really cool song. And so everybody, I hope you all have a great night or morning. Have a great day tomorrow. Have a good rest of your week. We'll try to get on here maybe Thursday and discuss again maybe any updates. So have a good night, everybody. Keep Nancy's name out there. I will not give up searching until she's found and we have answers. I will not stop. So good night, everybody. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for the memberships. Awesome. Thank you for all the gifts. New members will be put up on the scroll bar by the time our next live is. So thank you guys. Praying Nancy will be found soon. Yes, Cyber Snow Angel. Yeah. We are praying. I pray every night for her. I pray every night that she comes to me and gives me a little bit of, a heads up, any kind of message. Anyway, so you guys, there was one morning, I was woken up at 3:33 in the morning and found something that I'll put the video up on. I'll post the video up here on my page for the members to see if they're interested in seeing it. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Take care. God bless you guys. We love you. Good night.
And we're going to play
here's our exit song.
It's our intro.
Exit song.
Yeah, exit. Okay.
All right.
Anyway.
Out where the desert meets the sky, where the Arizona sun burns high, two hearts walking through the dust and sand, and in Todd with a mission in hand. No easy road, no promise of rain, just miles of searching through the heat and pain. Every step says a name out loud, a family waiting, a hopeful crowd. Through the valleys and the open land, they keep searching, they keep standing. 'Cause every life is worth the fight. Every missing soul deserves a life. This is Voices for the Missing. Hear the call. Standing together, we won't let her fall. Boots on the ground beneath the Arizona sun, searching for Nancy until the job is done. With American hearts and a spirit that's strong, we carry the hope and we carry on across this nation. We lift our voice in love and faith. We make the choice, bring Nancy home. That's the dream we share, a promise of hope that says desert wind may test their strength. The miles may stretch and the days grow long. But courage is found in those who stand when they answer the call and lend a hand. Neighbors and strangers side by side, united by hope, not divided by pride. Because behind every missing face, there's a family praying for that embrace. Somewhere beyond the dust and sky, someone is waiting, asking why. So we search, we pray, we never quit, 'cause giving up is not who we are. From small town roads to the stars above, we stand together with endless love. A nation of people, a promise we keep. For every lost soul, we're searching deep. This is Voices for the Missing. Hear us now, with hope in our hearts and a promise we vow. Boots on the ground in the Arizona heat, searching every trail, every road, every street. Ann and Todd keep walking ahead, following hope where the path is led, and all of us watching, we stand as one until Nancy's home and the search is done. God bless the families who wait and pray. God bless those who search every day. America stands with a voice that is true. We won't stop believing until we find you. Bring Nancy home.